Assalamualaikum and hi, what's up guys? My name is Nur Shakirin binti Rosli and my fellow friends are Nur Shazwana binti Shahri Effendi, Putri Nur Sarah binti Jafri, Nur Idora binti Nur Azam, Nurul Hasha Maisara binti Muhammad. Do you know estimations of economic, social, and environmental benefit is important for us to know? Let's see the reason why.
The development of transportation system is embedded within the scale and context in which they take place, from the local to the global and from environmental, social, and economic perspective. Transportation can have various impacts on the community's economic development objectives such as productivity, employment, business activity, property values, investment, and tax revenues. It is important to consider the full range of economic, social, and environmental impacts, both positive and negative, that a transport project may cause. In terms of social, transportation has played an important role in influencing the formation of urban societies. The contribution of transportation in society can be seen from the formation, size, pattern, and the development of societies, especially urban centers. For economics, economy involves production, distribution, and consumption of goods and services. People depend upon the natural resources to satisfy the needs of life, but due to non-uniform surface of Earth and due to difference in local resources, there is a lot of difference in standard of living in different societies. It could be in terms of the place, time, quality, and utility of goods. In terms of environmental, there are numerous categories into which the environment effects have been categorized. It can be explained from the perspective of safety, air pollution, noise pollution, energy consumption, and other impacts.
First, it brings a lot of social benefits such as improved health. Health policy in line with transport can significantly reduce the burden on health services by encouraging active lifestyle. Public transport injured citizens are at their best advised by encouraging them to walk to bus and railway stations, at the same time elevating the stress that comes with driving a car on congested road. Second is about frees up time in public transportation, as someone else is doing the driving, which allows riders to free up a significant amount of time and attention and spend their transit time with reading, studying, working, or being entertained instead of having to watch the road. It can also reduce commute time. Next is about the freedom and increased mobility. Many people are unable to drive, and even drivers would appreciate the ability to walk, cycle, or take public transit, at least when it requires. Public transportation allows them with personal mobility to get to work, to school, to grocery store, or doctor's chamber, or visiting friend with driving. Other than that, it's about aging population. The research studies indicate that the number of people older than 65 years is projected to go up from 14% in 2006 to 22% by 2030. Older adults heavily depend on public transport to access essential services. This is why public transport authority must work hard to cater to this aging population. Furthermore, it's about public transportation is safer. Taking public transport is safer than driving a car, considering not only the safety of the vehicle that are maintained on a regular basis than a personal car, but it also driving habits and training of the operators. A person can reduce his or her chance of being accident by more than 90% simply by taking public transport as opposed to commuting by car. Lastly, social connections increase. The author of Bowling's alone said, every 10 minutes of additional travel time by car, social connections are reduced by 10%. Millionaires consider public transportation as the best option for digital socializing and among the best for connecting with communities. Having more people in an area means you have a wider labor force, and there is better chance of matching the needs of a job with skill of a worker. Another benefit could be the information exchange. While public transportation may not be enjoyable to many like riding in personal car, which it plays a huge role in reducing traffic congestion and minimizing emissions. To add to that, this public transportation will let us relax, read newspaper or book, take a nap during commute rather than experiencing the stress that comes with driving off the busy roads.
The second one is regarding of economical benefits related to public transport can be divided in three segments, which is congestion, productivity, and land value. Urban congestion is widely regarded as one of the great productivity bottlenecks of developed economies. Public transport can play a pivotal role in alleviating urban congestions. For example, each train on Malaysia Railway removes approximately 1,000 cars from its routes. Improving the efficiency and quality of public transport system is key to encourage the required model shift from private to public transport. Whilst individuals must choose public transport, it is the task of transport service providers and government to make that choice a viable one. Moving to a productivity segment, public transport play an important role in facilitating productivity and opportunity by moving skills, labor and knowledge within and between markets. In a globalized world, labor, capital and enterprise seek out the most productive markets, encouraging competitions and mutual economic growth. For example, the Transit Public Transport Association estimates that for every Rm 1 million invested in public transport infrastructure, 36,000 jobs are created, in turn generating over Rm 3 millions in commercial transaction and approximately Rm 500 millions in government tax revenues. Major international transit hubs require simple and effective access to transport networks to optimize the economic and social benefit they have to offer. Airports are the gateway to Malaysia for tourists, business people, and students. Last but not least, there is strong evidence of the direct correlation between improved access to public transport and increase in the land value. Planning that prioritizes public transport by promoting mixed use density along transport corridors decrease the needs to allocate public space to roads and parking, allowing this space to be put to more valuable uses, reflecting positively on the general urban amenity. With increased property value comes higher tax yield for governments as duties are collected when these properties are bought and sold. This in turn can provide new bases of revenue from which to fund the provisions of public transport service.
Next is environmental benefits. When public transport is used effectively, the environmental benefit will have a lasting impact on future generations. Shared mobility is one of the most environmentally friendly transit alternatives. Using public transport on single occupancy vehicles include a reduction in carbon emissions, air pollution resulting in better air quality, and congestion on the road include traffic. By increasing the number of passengers in public transport, more fuel is saved, air pollution is reduced, and the region's carbon footprint is reduced. The benefit is, firstly, the air pollution reductions. Increased use of public transportation can help reduce air pollution and the accompanying health benefit. Public transportation produces far fewer quantity of air pollutants such as carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, and nitrogen oxide per passenger miles. Secondly, fuel efficiency. By increasing readership on public transportation, huge amount of fuel can be saved while also reducing the amount of air pollution. Expanding access to high-quality public transport is a proven way to reduce car use and its associated emissions, and it saves money on fuel. Lastly, health. Exhaust gas are damaging air quality and emitting harmful particles which increase the risk of respiratory disease and also negatively affect people's mental health. Public transportation reduces the number of single occupancy vehicles on the road, which reduces the amount of pollutant entering the air. The environmental volumes. To reduce it, people can use public transport as their daily use.
Public transport presents several benefits: environmental, sustainability, and reductions of fossil fuel usage. The building of a strong economy by transporting people to and from work, the maintenance and creation of jobs, congestion preventions, and the provisions of access for all ages. First, for the economy, public transportation services are important in many ways. They provide mobility, can shape land use and develop patterns and generate jobs and enable economic growth, and support public policies regarding energy use, air quality, and carbon emissions. Next, for the social, public transport enables mobility. In order to sustain a higher quality and a standard of life, communities need access to vital services that will ensure the upkeep of a physical and mental health, employment opportunities, social and leisure activities. Next, for the environmental, public transportation inherently benefits the environment because it reduces the number of people driving single occupancy vehicles. By increasing riderships on public transit, more fuel is conserved, air pollution decreases, and the region's carbon footprint is reduced. Public transportation is an important contributing factor to urban sustainability. Effective transportation networks that incorporate public transit help lower a city's per capita carbon footprint and make cities more livable by easing commute and transportation needs and increasing accessibility.
That's all from us. Thank you.